Every single Montreal Victoire versus Toronto Sceptres game is a high-intensity rivalry game. But unfortunately, in Season 1, the rivalry was pretty one-sided, with the Toronto Sceptres winning all 5 games. Montreal was looking for redemption today, but Toronto also had something to prove. It's the first face-off of the season between the Montreal Victoire and the Toronto Sceptres. The Victoire are 2 for 3 so far this season, having beat Ottawa twice, but having lost pretty badly to the New York Sirens. They're starting their number 2 goaltender, Elaine Chuli, but don't underestimate Chuli. She had the highest save percentage in the league last year, and her only regulation loss last year was against Toronto. Can the Montreal Victoire overcome their biggest test of the season and redeem themselves from Season 1? On the other side, the Sceptres have just 1 win in 4 games. While the Victoire haven't played in over 2 weeks, the Sceptres played just a few days ago. And I know they're mad as hell right now because that game was kind of embarrassing. They lost to the Sirens and let them score 4 goals on them in just 1 period. The team is only 4 games in, but it's a short 30-game season, and the rumors are already flying that the Sceptres are bad again. The Sceptres are also giving their number 2 goaltender, Reagan Kirk, her first ever PWHL start of her career. Can they prove to the haters that Season 1 wasn't a fluke? Even though Toronto doesn't look great right now, you can never truly count them out when they're playing against Montreal. I was really enjoying this period as a Montreal fan because Montreal was absolutely dominant in this period, with a ton of scoring chances. Kirk had some really big saves and some help from the goalpost and was able to keep this game at 0-0. Despite the lack of scoring, I was starting to feel optimistic that maybe today would be the day that Montreal finally beat Toronto. As soon as this thought entered my head, Jesse Compher netted one for Toronto with just 1 minute and 21 seconds left in the period.
And let's feel bad for ourselves.
Let's feel bad for ourselves. I'm with
Hold
you
on.
there.
Okay,
That is enough.
Sarah Nurse did Sarah Nurse things and got another goal for Toronto.
Face crack of the millennium.
Despite Montreal looking like the better team in the period, Toronto entered the first intermission with a 2-goal lead. Abby Boreen restored hope for the Victoire with this absolutely nasty goal just 4 minutes into the period. This might already be in the running for the best goal of the season for me. Boreen was such a steal for the Victoire in the draft, and she's been incredible since coming to Montreal. The Sceptres were definitely playing better than they had the first period, but the Victoire still managed to equalize at the 10-minute mark off of this beautiful tip by Maureen Murphy. Unfortunately, this was still a Montreal vs Toronto game, so Izzy Daniel was able to get another Toronto goal, restoring Toronto's lead. The physicality of the game was also super fun, and it really felt like a rivalry.
Unprovoked! Unprovoked!
Rylan McKinnon took a major penalty due to a check to the head that gave Montreal Victoire a 5-minute power play. This was a golden opportunity for them to tie the game back up. Despite struggling on their penalty kill earlier in the season, the Sceptres had a stellar penalty kill and were able to hold on to their lead. Lena Lundblom came in clutch for the Victoire with the equalizer. This was Lundblom's first ever PWHL goal, and it couldn't have come at a better time. I was super happy for her. I've been excited about her for a while since she came off a really successful season in the Swedish Pro League, and I'm excited to see her heat up even more. Laura Stacey sealed the deal for Montreal just 15 seconds into overtime. I mean, what can I say? Sometimes the classics are the classics. The Victoire beat the Sceptres. It's a Christmas miracle! This was a hard-fought win by Montreal, and it was great to see their offensive depth since that had been one of their biggest problems last year. They had to wait a long time to beat the Sceptres, but it felt like they really earned this win. The Sceptres certainly didn't look good in the first period, but they did a great job overcoming their penalty kills, and this was an amazing first start for Kirk. Despite all of the talk of rivalries, the two teams came together after the game to support Erica Howe, who was a goaltender for the Sceptres last year and who was diagnosed with breast cancer. They raised over $30,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. It was amazing to see the support that transcends what jersey that someone is wearing. This was also a cause that's important to me personally because I actually had breast tumors last year. So to me, this really exemplified the unique culture of the PWHL, and What makes women's sports so special? Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments what you thought about the game. Alright, see you next time. Bye!